Hey, what's up, y'all? So I went on a sample run today, and I'm here in Descanso Gardens, and I'm excited for you to check out what I have. So let's get into it.
So first, I got a kick from the bridge, and then a hi-hat from the metal pipe next to it. After that, I got some percussion from the wooden bridge across the lake. And I also got some percussion from the storage shed and the metal trash can. I also got some environment sounds from the waterfall and from the wind moving through the trees. So this time around, I did a little bit of post-processing to all the different samples that I collected on my sample run. When I was walking around, I made sure to keep in mind the different elements that I wanted to include inside this beat. And as always, I captured the kick, the snare, and the hi-hat to best fit the elements for the vibe I was going for in this song. So let's get into it. So originally the kick sounded like this. It was weak, kind of hollow, but I could hear some low resonances in there that I knew I could bring out if I added a pitch shifter and a filter on top of that. So that's what I did. I dropped the pitch by about 10 semitones, and that gave it this sound. Then I threw on a low pass filter, raised the cutoff to 87.8%, gave a little bit overdrive about 30%, and that sounded like this. Already it was bringing out some more of that sound. Then on its own specific channel, I went through and I added Cashmere's Essential Kick, and I raised the transient just a little bit, gave it some saturation, and raised the mid frequencies by about 132%, and it sounds like this. Yeah. Originally the snare sounded like this. It was already pretty crisp, so I really wanted to just lower that pitch and add a filter onto it so I could really bring out the accents and the poppy sounds that are in there. So I lowered the pitch by 14 semitones. It sounds like this. And then I put a low pass filter on it, lowering the cutoff to 87.3%, giving a little overdrive to about 37%, and that sounded like this. So it gives that kind of dusty, pop, lo-fi snare sound that I was really looking for this beat. Next is the hi-hat. So originally the hi-hat sounded like this. It's coming from that pipe next to the bridge, so it gave it a real metallic sound. It doesn't really give a lot of open space in between. So the first thing I thought of doing was adding a filter, high-pass filter, really just cut out some of those mids and other places that aren't going to really be used in a hi-hat, and that sounded like this. So after that, I went back and I added some distortion using Bit Crusher, which basically just lowers the sample rate, which gives it more of a digital type sound, just a different type of distortion. So I raised the drive about 10 decibels and then lowered the resolution to 6 bits, downsampled to 17, and I mixed it in there to about 57.8%, 60%, just to get the high part of the sound as well as this distortion. And that ended up sounding like this. So not too much of a change, but just enough to get still that element that I wanted in there. So after that, there were still some elements of the hi-hat that I knew were missing that I wanted to be in there. So I added a hi-hat layer. Originally the hi-hat layer sounded like this. I raised the pitch by 16 semitones to really just give me some more of that high end to give a different tone to it. And then I added a filter, raising the cutoff to like 92.3%, resolution to 53.5%, and a little overdrive to about 43.4%. All in all, that sounded like this. So now it's pretty balanced with the first hi-hat that we heard. After that, I knew I still wanted to create a space for this to sit in, so I added some reverb, which gave it some more space to sound like this. And then I added a bit crusher to give us some more distortion, and that sounded like this. All in all, together, they sounded like this. After that, I created a beat loop that sounded like this. Then I added some keys. Once I did that, I went back and added some percussion. I added a filtered kick as well. Then I added the environment sounds. Got some bass. I finally finished off a little melody. All in all, that was pretty much the entire beat. I had a lot of fun going out there and collecting these samples this time around. It actually started snowing on us while we were out there still looking for a snare sample. So I just want to say that I really do love doing this, and I appreciate all you guys' support for, watching these videos and, keeping me encouraged to keep doing this stuff. I have a lot of stuff planned, thinking about doing a Twitch stream and collaborating with different producers and artists, just to really grow this type of content that I'm putting out. So if you want to see more of that, please like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with people that you think are going to find this pretty interesting. All right, y'all. I'll catch you at the next one. Peace.